Howdy folks, Super Koopa here, welcoming you to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, as you can clearly see with their eyeball machines on your front screen there. We're going to do some online races. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, not going to do any sort of real Let's Play, but I thought, you know what, let's do some online races, and if it's well received, I'll just make this a series. Gonna play as Koopa Troopa because playing as any other character would be a literal crime. And yeah, we'll see what happens. It's currently 9:27 in the morning, so I'm not exactly sure who's going to be online. I'm sure European people, and... oh hey, look at that. 2 Japan, 2 France, 1 UK, several United States, including myself. 1 Australia. I would imagine it's getting pretty late over in Australia, and in Japan. But yeah, if you guys like this, then I'll be sure to do more of it. I've got a couple projects in the works that I kind of want to get out. And I know I said I'm taking a break in 2020, and that still sort of kind of applies, but I'm just waiting to see what happens, so I'm getting projects together in case I decide it's safe to come back to YouTube and wherever else these videos end up. So, in the meantime, I'm going to record some easy videos like these I can easily commentate over. Yoshi Circuit, yes please. Say hello to everyone, because I'm just a nice guy. Alright, so we got the classic. I think this is, yeah, this is the setup that I want. Good acceleration, good handling. A bit poor on the speed, but I don't really need speed, I need acceleration. That's what Koopa Troopa excels at. And plus I have a shell. So, you know. I never... actually, I don't have a Koopa Troopa amiibo. I was going to say, I never used my Koopa Troopa amiibo on my Switch. Turns out I don't actually have one. Go figure. Big money. Really don't like this course, but it's drivable. This is not going to be one I win. I'll certainly try, but I'm not the best when it comes to Mario Kart Online. I just kind of race for fun and see what happens. Unless this is a... I think this is a different course, actually. Alright. Let's do this. The only downside of playing as Koopa Troopa, aside from a low speed, is you get bumped around by the big characters easy. I've been noticing that the more I've been playing recently, and some courses that can be a real detriment. Other courses it's not that big of a deal. This course, it shouldn't be bad because we're underwater and there's not a whole lot of sections to be really bumped off of anything. Daddy-o. Meanwhile, the mean character's a girl. Try and make sense of that, if you will. I'm having a pretty good morning. Haven't really done much, just woke up, watched some YouTube videos, and poured myself a glass of Crush Orange Soda. Not sponsored by them in any way, shape, or form. But it is my favorite orange soda, my favorite brand of orange soda for sure. I don't really like Sunkist. It's funny because Sunkist makes a grape soda that I think is fantastic. But when it comes to their orange soda, it's terrible. I mean, it's really awful. I don't know what it is. And I'm sure there's going to be somebody saying, oh, well, they kind of taste the same, don't they? They really don't. It's like the people who say Coke and Pepsi taste the same. I've never understood that. There is a substantial difference between the two. You have to wake up pretty early in the morning to think that Coke and Pepsi taste the exact same. To not notice any difference. The only thing they have in common is their color. But that's it, and they're both technically the same type of soda, but there's different flavor profiles. If they weren't, then somebody would be suing somebody. So there is clearly a difference. It's just, is it a difference that is noticeable? Apparently not to a core group of people. Oh well. Still trying to figure the audio stuff out here too. It's really kind of difficult with OBS. I was recording one of my Let's Play projects yesterday, and it was hard to get the volume right for the first video. So who knows how this one will turn out. Definitely do not want Rainbow Road, but I'm sticking with that kart setup. It's pretty stable. So thank you to everybody who watched the Super Mario Kart playthrough, the 50cc. Had a lot of fun making that. Just sort of a one-off wonder video. It was a whole lot of fun. And I really enjoyed it. Gosh, I hope I'm not too loud. I'll bet this is too loud. I have no reason to be concerned about it, but I am. And more so with this Blue Yeti Nano. It picks up more surround sound, and my computer's fan's going crazy because I'm recording. And everything in my setup is so clustered. So I'm a little bit more concerned about that. I've got to figure out some way to reduce background noise as much as possible. Rainbow Road. Oh dear. Well, at least I'm not on a bike. Doing a bike on this Rainbow Road is basically a death sentence. As that DK will surely soon find out that's right next to me. I love how on the top of the, looks to be the crankcase on the engine there. It looks like an amiibo symbol. I know it's probably not, but it always looked that way to me. I am disappointed, however, that the model for the pipe frame is only one exhaust instead of two. Because from what I've seen traditionally, it's always been two exhausts. Even in the art for Super Mario Kart, I think it was two exhausts. It might have been one. I think it's always been two. So to have it just be one is weird. I don't know if they're trying to make some statement about save the environment and pollution and all that jazz. I just like some consistency in my continuity for Mario Kart because that totally matters, right? Bullet bill time! Out of my way, people! Out of my way! Yeah, this course isn't nearly as bad if you aren't using a bike. If you just take your time with it. And really, if you're gonna drift, lean real deep into the corners, because if you don't, you'll find yourself off real quick. And that's not a place you want to be. Or hit by items, you know. It's gonna be a pretty close race. Hopefully I can get a top 5 finish here. Maybe. Maybe, maybe not. But I figure what I'll do is 15 to 20 minute videos if I choose to do this regularly. And I'm also considering doing some Mario sports videos as well. And those will be probably about 15 to 20 minutes as well. So if you guys want to see those won't have commentary, I don't think. Unless you guys want that, then I will. Then I'll commentate those, but it might be better for some people. I've noticed there's a lot of people who just don't care for commentary. I like doing it, But if people don't like seeing it, then I'll gladly not do it. I like doing it because I feel like anybody can just do gameplay, but commentary adds that extra bit of flavor, even if it sucks like mine, you know? Excite Bike Arena. Alright, let's see what we get. If we do get Excite Bike Arena, I'll be a little disappointed that I didn't choose a motorcycle, but I'll do just fine. Alright, we got TK Jungle. Based off of Donkey Kong Country Returns, available on the Wii and Nintendo Switch, and the Wii U. Did I say the Switch? No, I meant the 3DS. Gosh, no. Tropical Freeze is on the Switch and the Wii U. But Returns is only on Wii and 3DS. That was my mistake. I hit DK on his own course. Oh, there I go. The humanity. The Koop-manity. Speaking of Koopa, obviously Koopa Troopa is being my favorite character in the Mario universe. Probably my favorite character in all of video games, to be completely honest. Maybe not my favorite protagonist, but that's just because of what I'm about to bring up, which is that they haven't starred in their own games. A lot of characters in Mario could get their own games. You know what would be really cool? A Mario MMO, where you could play as any type of character from the Mario universe. A plumber, a princess, a Koopa, a Goomba, a freaking Bullet Bill, a Chain Chomp, a Toad. Everybody wants to be a Toad, a Toadette. Kind of do like what they do in Paper Mario, just add variety to the species and really bring a world to life. Gosh, those games are so good. I mean, it's debatable whether or not Sticker Star and Color Splash were good. I know a lot of people don't like that. I actually just watched Arlo's recent video on Color Splash. He did a sort of a retrospective on his original thoughts on Color Splash. I think it released yesterday. Yesterday as of the recording of this video. And I had never seen that original video, but apparently that's the one that put him on the map. And it was really good. He gave a good, honest opinion. He went through the game on a second time. And the reason he did it was because he wanted to give it a fair shake and see if his opinions were only colored by his disappointment. You know? He didn't need to do it, but he did it just to be fair to, well, basically himself. And I think to show his audience that he really puts thought into what he says and what he does. I really like him. He's a cool YouTuber for a puppet. I will say, whoever, I don't know the name, his actual name, but his puppeteer is really good. It's really good. I like it a lot. I like his channel a lot. In fact, I may put a link to that video down there so you guys can check him out. So I think he's a great channel. I love his stuff on Nintendo. Some of his stuff I go into it thinking I'm going to disagree with, but he presents everything so well. And he does it in such a way where he gives the benefit of the doubt so much. So he's not just being condescending and just having a negative opinion for the sake of it, but he's building and constructing an argument or an opinion in a way that comes across as reasonable and measured. And that's incredibly rare on the internet in 2019. That's incredibly rare. It makes it enjoyable to watch. you know, if somebody's going to have a different opinion on a subject that people feel very emotional about, and people do feel emotional about Nintendo stuff, believe it or not, then it's good to have it measured. And his are very, very measured. From what I can tell, anyway. Some stuff it might not be. But I feel like he really is very thoughtful with his videos, so... You know what, yeah, I'm going to put a link to his video in the YouTube description. If this is on any other platform, I don't know. I'll do something, maybe. I don't know. But because I'm only uploading it to YouTube right now, I'll put a link to not just that video, but his channel. Because I think he's a great YouTuber that deserves that kind of support. He's a great Nintendo YouTuber. And here we are at Neo Bowser City. I don't like this course much either. I think it's because it's not a drift-friendly course. I'm trying to hold back here and be careful because this lady had a banana peel. I wasn't trying to hit you, buddy, but you got a little too close for comfort. That's what happens. I would have loved a Hammer Bro as a character in Mario Kart. Mario Kart 9 rolls around, or whatever it's going to be. We need more Bowser baddies in general. More Bowser baddies, and Arlo also made another video about them doing like a Nintendo Kart, sort of like a Smash Bros for Mario Kart, because they started adding in characters from other Nintendo games. He talked about the concept of expanding that further. I like that idea to a degree. I just don't think that oversaturating a kart racer in 2019 is a good idea, because I think it opens the door for monetization, aka Crash Team Racing, Nitro Fueled, which I have and love, but oh my gosh, the microtransactions, it's typical Activision. Doesn't really affect the game as much, at least offline. But online, oh man, I haven't. When I got Nitro Fueled, I didn't even play one match online. I didn't want to because, you know, I'm not the greatest at Mario Kart, but Nitro Fueled, oh my gosh, that's a whole nother set of skills you need to drive in that game. It's like Mario Kart for grown-ups in terms of how it performs. Yeah, see, my biggest problem in Mario Kart is running into walls and losing momentum because of it. I can't even remember if I've gotten a top 5 finish or not. But yeah, what would you guys think about a Nintendo Kart? Nintendo just rebranding the Mario Kart series, keeping all the staples, but just making it sort of an open roster type game. I think if they could avoid greedy monetization, it'd be a pretty good idea, but given the climate of gaming currently, it's very risky to even put the idea out there. That was my phone. And subsequently, my notification tone. I will turn that down. Almost at 20 minutes. So we'll do one more race and I'll wrap it up. I think this will be good for a nice experimental video. But yeah, back to my original point, which I diverged from. Koopa Troopa needs some sort of gameplay representation outside of sports and parties, and I want to do an actual platforming game where I get to play with a Koopa with Koopa-like mechanics. A Koopa that can jump, can spin in its shell. I could even visualize like miniature courses where you could take your Koopa through and have it spinning in its shell constantly. Sort of like a challenge course. I was hitting the wrong button the whole time. That's what I get for yapping and not pressing the right button. I think that would be awesome. I mean, the reason I say that is because I feel like we got a taste of it in the original New Super Mario Bros. On DS, where you got the blue shell, and it hasn't returned since, which... I'm still heartbroken over that. I'll be okay. I know Nintendo still cares. It just hurts, okay? It just hurts. But, yeah, anyway. Knowing that there is a basis for that type of gameplay and that Nintendo never really capitalized on it, there's so much potential. And that idea of a Nintendo-style MMO on the Switch, and it doesn't have to be a huge, huge World of Warcraft type thing. It could be like an MMO platformer hybrid. I don't know how it would work. I think it would be a lot of fun if it's done right. I'm sure that now Nintendo's really starting to embrace online, that different ideas are being bounced around over in Japan. And they're looking at what will work for the Switch and what won't. It's been a very slow year for Nintendo, outside of a couple of major releases. Luigi's Mansion, Pokemon, and Zelda. But really nothing... Oh, well, Super Mario Maker, I almost forgot about that. Gosh. But really nothing unexpected other than maybe Luigi's Mansion. I can't even remember if they announced it this year. Or if it was last year. But it's felt like a slow year for Nintendo in terms of direct and announcements. I'm expecting one in January or March. I mean, they could do February, but I don't really see it being very likely. Who knows? Anyways, folks, that's enough yapping for this morning. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay and my attempt at commentary. And I'll see you all next time. This has been Super Koopa. God bless. Have a good one. Peace.